I'm still thinking about Jay-Z and Nas both being part of bids to get casinos in New York City. Do you know how big that is? Drop on the clues bombs.
That is amazing. That's
I don't
really
think
big
people
for New York.
understand because they so rich and they be doing so much stuff. I don't think people get it.
Like, they both submitted requests for proposals for something like that on the same, well, everybody had to do it on the same day, but that's the architect of Reasonable Doubt and Illmatic, and they're both part of bids to get casinos in their hometowns in New York City.
Think about it. They both came from the hood.
That's
Nas from Queensbridge and Jay from Marcy, and
come on, man.
What they did with their music catalogs and how they turned it to big business with investments. Nas with Uber and Ring and
who dating who is cute and who getting tattoos
Jay
who is cute, but God dang,
the liquor brands, Rock
All
Nation,
of it is
the
nice,
management.
though. All of it. And this is great.
And where they are now
for New
in
York.
life.
This is going to be real great, even greater for New York. This is amazing.
Did I lie? Did I not tell you them crackers was not finna get Jay-Z no damn casino in New York City? Did I not tell y'all that? This man done would have took a loan against his house because they wouldn't even give him a loan to go and put a bid in on the casino because he had the owner of Caesar's Palace and then he had an ex-federal informant and mob ties down there trying to put a bid on a casino to bring into Broadway.
Jay-Z is fuming right now. And honestly, can you blame him? Imagine putting your name, your legacy, and your billion-dollar reputation on the line for a glitzy Times Square casino, only for the city to pull the plug before it even got off the ground. That's a straight-up slap in the face. And then, just days later, boom, NAS, the same NAS who burned him years ago with Ether, gets full approval for his own $5 billion Queens casino project. The timing couldn't be more suspicious, and people are talking like this was no coincidence at all. To top it off, Queensborough President Donovan Richards didn't even try to play nice. He told reporters, "Queens gets the money. Sorry, Jay-Z, we win again." That's not shade, that's an uppercut. The internet went wild over that line. Fans are piecing everything together.
Yesterday, Wednesday, a state board rejected the Times Square casino bid from Jay-Z in Rock Nation and those companies that I mentioned.
The future is not something you wait for, it's something you build. It lives in the hands of the doers, the dreamers, the people who refuse to stand still.
And there's a theme in Queens, and I know Nas is a part of this. Queens get the money. Sorry, Jay-Z, we win again. I just had to rub that in.
Saying this whole thing isn't just about business, it's about bragging rights. The tension between these two rap icons feels like a remix of their old beef. It's giving serious takeover verses. Ether vibes all over again. Folks are saying Nas didn't just win a deal. He played the long game and outmaneuvered Jay in the biggest way possible. So here's the real story. Jay-Z was backing a high-end project with Caesar's Palace to build a luxurious Times Square casino worth billions. The goal? Turn Broadway into a New York version of Vegas. He hyped it up as the city's next crown jewel, a masterpiece stamped with his name in gold.
And there's a theme in Queens, and I know Nas is a part of this. Queens get the money. Sorry, Jay-Z, we win again. I just had to rub that in.
But the streets weren't buying it. The Broadway League came out swinging, calling it disruptive, and locals weren't feeling it either, saying, it just doesn't belong here. Even the advisory committee said a loud no, straight up shutting Jay's whole Times Square casino dream down before it could even hit the final round. Just like that, his billion-dollar vision went up in smoke. And let's be real, Jay-Z isn't used to public L's. His entire image is built on dominance.
With their decision, as they obviously voted against the casino.
You know it. We met the standard and then some, and the only one with courage to stand up is the governor and the mayor appointees, and everybody else runs and hides.
Always being 10 steps ahead, always winning. So for him to get blocked like this, especially while his old rival gets the victory lap, that's gotta cut deep. This hit more than his wallet. It hit his ego. Jay wasn't just chasing another business move. He was chasing Manhattan itself. The lights, the cameras, the prestige. He wanted his name glowing over Times Square like he owned every inch of it.
He was saying put Nas on the record.
Oh, and Jay and Nas were beefing at the time.
Well, he just won.
Oh, wow.
That was right after Ether. Yeah.
Well, who won that one to you?
Nas won.
Easy. Yeah. Why do we not remember that? Like,
because he just look. Nas won that battle. It
depends which records we in.
No, that's crazy. It's called Ether and someone for a reason.
Yeah.
It's not called
like
whatever.
Takeover was way harder.
But nobody calls. Damn, you really took him over.
Yeah, look.
You Ethering.
That ether, that shit that make your soul burn slow.
You got people there. Look. Who's best is to the actual, the fans' perception of the artist. Because if they're really passionate about you, then you're the best.
He left Rockefeller after that.
Yeah.
He said,
I rock hoes, y'all rock fellas.
wait, we rock hoes, y'all rock fellas. And he's like, I think I gotta buy Def Jam. I need a new label.
But instead of rolling out the red carpet, the city slammed the door right in his face. Then, only days later, Nas strolls in repping Queens and gets the full green light. The timing was ruthless. This wasn't just a setback, it felt like a revenge arc in motion. Because if there's one thing people know about Hov, it's that he never forgets. He might play it cool in public, but behind the scenes, he's plotting every move like a chess master. And this one's personal. While Jay's flashy Times Square empire burned to ashes, Nas was out here quietly stacking wins. The man moved in silence, like a true strategist. Instead of fighting for Manhattan's spotlight, he doubled down on his hometown pride, Queens. And now it's official. Queens Resorts World at Aqueduct, backed by Nas himself, just got the city's blessing. This new project is no joke.
Of how you made this beat. I was at one of those conventions, like a How Can I Be Down or something like that, and I think Nas' album had came out, and every car that was driving by was playing "Whose World Is This," and I, and the pianos and the drums and the whole cadence of that record had me like, yo, this is amazing. I want to make a song like that.
A jaw-dropping $5 billion mega deal that could turn Queens into its own mini Vegas. We're talking live tables, blackjack, poker, craps. The full casino dream brought to life. But here's the wild part. It's not just about gambling. There's gonna be a full concert arena, luxury VIP lounges, and even a top-tier sports academy co-signed by NBA legend Kenny the Jet Smith. Like seriously, this isn't a casino. It's an entire entertainment kingdom. And Nas, he's not just a face on the poster or some random investor thrown in for clout. He's got real ownership, equity. He's been hands-on, helping shape the whole vision from the ground up. When Nas talked about it, you could feel the energy. It wasn't about flexing, it was about purpose. He said, "This project is a win for the community, something that'll bring jobs, growth, and pride back to Queens." And then, with that signature Nas confidence, he sealed it with this project, the world is ours. Now that's a mic drop moment if there ever was one. The timing makes it all the more brutal. Jay-Z gets shut down in Manhattan, and right after, Nas swoops in like the hometown hero, locking down Queens in style. Social media went crazy. Fans were saying, Nas just ethered him again, but this time with business receipts. You really can't make this stuff up. Sure, on paper it looks like two rap legends chasing billion-dollar dreams.
The future is not something you wait for, it's something you build. It lives in the hands of the doers, the dreamers, the people who refuse to stand still. Resorts World is more than a casino. It's energy. It's opportunity. It's hope for the borough. A second chance for some, a first step for many. It's where community gathers, not just to win, but to build a future once imagined. This isn't just business. This is legacy. And now it's time to invest in us. Because the future doesn't ask for permission. It moves with purpose. From our chairman to our newest employee, we're committed to Queens. And in Queens, the future is now.
But when you stack the moves side by side, the message hits different. For Jay, this isn't just a failed casino deal. It's another L to Nas, and that's the kind of sting that hits deep. Jay's entire image has always been about winning. The Brooklyn mogul who climbed from the Marcy projects to hip-hop billionaire status. Nas doesn't chase the spotlight, he becomes the spotlight. Every time Jay starts feeling like he's untouchable, Nas finds a way to remind the world that the crown was never his alone. That's the power of quiet dominance. No yelling, no flexing, just pure timing and impact. Let's take it back. Remember when Jay tried to bury Nas with Takeover? He straight up called him washed, irrelevant, said he fell off. But what did Nas do? He came back with Ether, one of the most vicious diss tracks in hip-hop history. He didn't just respond, he obliterated Jay's whole image in one song. That track didn't just end the beef, it shook an entire culture. It was a lyrical nuke that humbled an empire and flipped the balance of power overnight. And now, this casino drama is giving serious deja vu. Jay once again builds up a flashy empire, this time in Times Square.
Let's go.
Expecting his next $1 billion win, and boom, the city shuts it down before it even gets started. Then, out of nowhere, here comes Nas, cool, calm, and calculated, stepping up for Queens, the underdog borough, and walking away with the biggest win of the year. The poetic symmetry is wild. But to really get why this hit Jay so hard, you gotta rewind. Because before the diss tracks, before the business chess moves, this feud started with something small, something personal. Back in the mid-1990s, Nas was already being hailed as the golden child of New York rap. When Illmatic dropped in '94, it changed everything. The bars, the storytelling, the raw emotion. He became the blueprint for every MC who followed.
With the disrespect, but I'm really sorry for other people involved, the other people involved. Because it was either that or we would see each other somewhere and it would be like, I don't know what.
Young, fearless, poetic, the definition of New York's soul. So here's where the smoke really started. Jay reached out to Nas back in the day, asking him to appear in his video for Dead Presidents, trying to bridge the gap between the old king and the new one of New York. But Nas, he never showed up. Total no call, no show. So what did Jay do? He went ahead and sampled Nas's voice for the hook without permission. No heads up, no clearance, nothing. Just straight used it like it was his. And Nas? Oh, he was not feeling that move at all. From that moment on, everything shifted. The energy got weird. Jay was on the come up, chasing the throne, while Nas was looking at him like, you still got work to do? It turned from respect to rivalry real quick. That quiet tension never went away. It just kept growing over time. And we've seen the same pattern play out again and again. Jay's always been the type to flex first, whether it's in business, lyrics, or legacy. But Nas, cool, calm, patient.
What was your thoughts when you heard the song?
This motherfucker, he's going crazy. This motherfucker going crazy. Oh, yo.
He waits for the perfect time to strike. Every few years, just when Jay starts to feel untouchable, Nas reminds the world, nobody's bulletproof. Their back and forth became one of hip-hop's most legendary rivalries, not just two rappers trading bars, but two philosophies colliding. And when Biggie died in '97, that rivalry turned nuclear. The whole city was left asking one question: who's the next king of New York? Jay saw himself as the heir to the throne, the next big thing. He was stacking hits, working with heavyweights, and quietly building his empire brick by brick. Meanwhile, Nas already had that chosen one status, but his later projects weren't landing the same way Illmatic did. Critics started whispering that maybe Nas had fallen off, and Jay loved that narrative. Nas fired back with his own slick jabs, sliding them in smooth, like on We Will Survive, where he hinted that Jay was trying way too hard to steal Biggie's throne. That line alone had fans losing their minds. Suddenly, this wasn't just about two rappers testing each other's pen. It was about pride, ego, and the legacy of New York itself. From that point on, it stopped being friendly competition. It became war. Straight up. The city split right down the middle. Brooklyn versus Queens, Hustler versus Poet, Jay-Z versus Nas. This wasn't just rap beef anymore. This was about who really carried New York's crown. On one side, you had Jay, the businessman who turned street hustle into global domination. On the other, Nas, the poetic genius from Queensbridge who gave the city its soul. Every corner, every block, every barbershop debate, everybody had to pick a side. By 2001, all that quiet tension finally exploded into one of the biggest rap wars in history, a moment that shook hip-hop to its core. It all hit the fan when Jay decided he was done playing nice. He dropped Takeover Live at Summer Jam. No subliminals, no metaphors, just straight shots. He called Nas out by name and claimed he only had one classic album to his name. Then Jay took it even further, saying Nas's career was basically finished. The crowd went crazy. The energy in that arena was pure chaos, like history happening in real time. For a second, people thought Jay had ended the whole feud right then and there, but they had no idea what was coming next, because Nas wasn't just gonna let that slide. Then came Ether, and that track, it wasn't a comeback, it was a massacre. Nas went for the jugular, bar after bar. He tore into Jay's credibility, his image, his ego, even his so-called mogul status. It was raw, personal, and deadly poetic. Every line hit like a knockout punch. That battle didn't just shake hip-hop, it changed the dictionary. The word ether literally became slang for destroying somebody beyond repair. That's how legendary Nas's impact was. And honestly, this whole casino saga, it's starting to look like Ether Part 2. The similarities are crazy. Jay's overconfident, talking big, flexing in public. And then out of nowhere, Nas slides in smooth with another win that leaves everyone stunned. History repeating itself in real time. But of course, Jay didn't take that loss quietly, and he never does. He fired back fast with his own response track, Super Ugly. The problem? Instead of keeping it lyrical and classy, Jay went way below the belt. He bragged about sleeping with the mother of Nas's daughter, trying to turn it personal and messy. He thought it'd shake Nas up and tilt the crowd back in his favor, but it completely backfired. Fans weren't impressed, not even close. Critics said he crossed a serious line. The whole move felt desperate, not dominant. And here's the wildest part, even Jay's own mother wasn't having it. She reportedly told him straight up that he went too far and made him call Hot 97 to publicly apologize live on air. Imagine that. One of the most powerful men in hip-hop, humbled by his own mom in front of millions. That moment was a turning point. It showed the world that even Jay-Z, the untouchable mogul, could get checked when pride and ego took over. From that day on, the energy flipped completely. People started looking at Jay as the aggressor, the one swinging too hard, while Nas became the composed warrior, the survivor who refused to back down. That dynamic changed everything, and that's exactly why this rivalry refuses to die. Every single time Jay tries to bury Nas, Nas flips it right back on him, calm, cool, and poetic, making Jay look like the one doing too much. No matter how high Jay climbed or how much power he gained, Nas always had that quiet power, that reminder that he couldn't be erased. After years of diss tracks, subliminal shots, and interviews thick with tension, the unthinkable finally happened. Jay-Z and Nas squashed it, and they didn't do it behind closed doors either. No secret handshake, no backroom deal. They did it live in front of the entire world. It was 2005 at Jay-Z's legendary I Declare War concert, and the name alone had fans expecting chaos. People thought Jay was about to call out half the industry and start new beefs, but instead, he flipped the script completely. In one of the biggest surprises in hip-hop history, Jay brought out Nas as a guest. The arena erupted. Thousands of fans lost their minds. Jaws dropped, cameras flashing, chaos in the crowd. Because these two men who once tried to destroy each other's careers were suddenly standing side by side on stage. They shook hands, shared the mic, and performed together like old brothers finally reunited. For a moment, hip-hop just froze. The energy was unreal. It was bigger than music, bigger than beef. It was history. After years of war, insults, and pride, Brooklyn and Queens finally stood together under the same lights. Fans couldn't believe it. Some were cheering, some were crying, but everyone knew they were witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime moment. And they didn't stop there either. They went on to collaborate on tracks like Black Republican and Success, proving that even rivals could turn pain into profit. It was a new era, two former enemies showing that growth and power could coexist in hip-hop. But here's the truth most people overlook. That handshake might have been real, but the rivalry never completely died. That quiet tension, it never left the room. You could feel it under the surface, like a cold war hiding behind friendly smiles. Because when two icons of that level share one throne, peace only lasts until the next big move. Brooklyn's always been about the bright lights and big stages. Jay, Biggie, even the Barclays Center. It's all flash, fame, and power. Money talks loud over there. But Queens, that's a whole different energy. Queens is grit and grind. The borough that built legends from the ground up. LL Cool J, Mobb Deep, Nicki Minaj, and of course, Nas. All came out the mud and turned struggle into legacy. So when Jay's polished Times Square dream got shut down right in the heart of Manhattan, and Nas turned around and locked in a $5 billion casino deal in Queens, man, that message couldn't have been louder. It's like the streets are screaming, Brooklyn fumbled, Queens carried. The symbolism's crazy. And for anyone who remembers the original Ether era, this moment feels like deja vu. History repeating itself, same setup, same result. The underdog wins again. But what really makes this sting for Jay is that it's not just another L. It's Nas doing it on home turf with the entire city watching. You can practically feel the vibe. Queens celebrating in the streets, Brooklyn staying silent, and Jay sitting in the shadows, probably plotting his next chess move behind closed doors. Because if there's one thing we know about Hov, he never forgets humiliation, ever. But this time, it's bigger than rap. It's about legacy. It's about two men who built empires out of words now fighting for control over billion-dollar real estate political pull and who really runs New York. The mic might be down, but the rivalry, oh, it's still alive. Just wearing a designer suit and tie now, this isn't over, it just switched arenas. So the real question is, are we witnessing the rebirth of their legendary feud, just dressed up in business form? Or is Jay quietly plotting his revenge behind those boardroom doors? One thing's for sure, Queens is winning right now, and Brooklyn's pride just took another heavy hit. But I want to hear what you think. Is Nas really outplaying Jay again? Or is this just the calm before the next big storm? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button, share this with your crew, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild celebrity drama. And hey, don't go anywhere. Click the next video on your screen, because what's coming next is even crazier.